What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is June 27th. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin monthly chart because I see some interesting things taking place. Definitely smash the like button and subscribe to this channel if you're new. Hitting the like button definitely helps out the channel a lot, so I appreciate all of you guys that do so. So before we get into the monthly chart for Bitcoin, I first just want to talk about what's happening in the short term. Go to like the daily chart. We can see that Bitcoin is up, holding prices above 30,000. Right? We are still holding 30,000. A lot of people have been asking me about this current price action. They're saying they're not really sure what to think. Bitcoin is up holding the 30K level, but we haven't necessarily broken out yet. And they're wondering, is this strength or weakness? Well, it is up for interpretation. Personally, the way that I see it is that Bitcoin rallying up to 30,000 and holding above the 30,000 level is a sign of strength, right? We are maintaining these prices. There is also a slight lack of demand, possible uncertainty that is stopping us from breaking out fully. And that may have something to do with the recent news, the SEC, et cetera, lack of liquidity, all of these different factors. But I would say that right now we do have strength, right? I mean, we are holding 30,000, and that's pretty impressive. There's no immediate rejections. We are challenging the previous high from April, and we are maintaining those prices. So that's overall pretty good. What happens next may have a lot to do with what the stock market does. I mean, a lot of people have been keeping their eye on the stock market because technically, well, this is not the weekly chart. This is the monthly chart. Technically, we are in a bull market, right? This is the S&P monthly since October or so. I mean, we have had more than 6 months of upside with a higher than 20% gain. And that is technically a bull market. So by technical textbook definition, the stock market is in a bull market. And one of the more interesting things that I see when I compare the S&P 500 to Bitcoin is the monthly MACD. The S&P is about to have a monthly MACD cross up, a bullish cross. And if you take a look and compare it to Bitcoin's monthly MACD, well, take a look. It's in the same exact position. We are about to get a monthly MACD bullish cross to the upside. So Bitcoin, the S&P, though they're intermittent, short-term intermediate price action has been slightly different recently because of the banking debacle, because of the SEC news, et cetera, they are still somewhat aligned in terms of the general trend direction and the indicators on the monthly chart. And that's why I do think that what the S&P does next is going to play a role for Bitcoin. And now we are starting the first major rally after having had a bull and bear market. And the last time we were in this position was 2019. If you look at 2019, we had the bull and bear market and then our first major rally. What took place for Bitcoin's monthly chart, monthly MACD, was that when it crossed up, it was actually kind of near the top. So while it seems like a great, amazing bullish indicator, well, it seems back in 2019, it was more so just the end of the run is actually what it marked. And then it led to sideways action. Of course, we had a global pandemic right here. So this was a bit of an anomaly. But generally what we saw was this run up. We saw the monthly MACD cross up. And we had generally sideways action until the halving. And then the halving, we went ballistic, right? And so if the last cycle is at all going to lead us in the right direction here, we just go to where we are now. If we get this monthly MACD cross up, it could mean that we have another stretch to a target, 37,000, 48,000, something like that is totally possible. But it could also just mark the end of the run if that last cycle is going to be somewhat of a constellation or a guide to what's going to happen next. That means that Bitcoin would be headed for, a sideways market, where then we wait for the halving and then go ballistic into the halving. So right now, what I see is that there is a lot of people looking at the stock market, especially the stock market. It's technically a bull market. The news is calling it a bull market, and everyone has just gotten really bullish here, which, thinking about psychology, when everyone starts to get really excited and bullish and everyone's calling it a bull market, it could be the time to be a little bit cautious here for the S&P and for Bitcoin for that matter. Not that we can't go up more. I actually am targeting prices like 37,000, 48,000. We discussed those in previous videos, why those are targets. But you see what I'm saying here, right? Everyone's starting to get bullish when we're getting that classic MACD cross up after a bull and bear market, right? And that's kind of just how things went in the last cycle, which is not the end of the world. I know a lot of people get angry when I don't say we're just going to go up in a straight line, you know, but this is not the end of the world, guys. Yeah, we have more upside to go most likely. And then we get sideways action into the halving, and then we go bullish from there. That is all, you know, in terms of the Bitcoin playbook in the previous cycles, this seems like what's most likely at this current stage. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Could something different happen? Absolutely. Could the stock market just go to new all-time highs? Well, yeah, I guess that's also a possibility as well. But for now, I'm going to say right now is the time to be slightly cautious as everyone gets bullish and wait to see how the markets react to this indicator, because this is a big one, guys, the monthly MACD crossing bullish, right? Is it going to be the initiation of epic momentum, or is it going to be real kind of like a little bit of a fake out where we do see higher prices but ultimately end up going sideways? I'm leaning more towards that, but we will see. We can go into further detail on this in the next video, so be sure to subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.